Hello, collective. Welcome and welcome back. We're going to get into another collective reading for you guys. I hope you're all doing well. Don't bring anything into your life that doesn't belong. Oh, I got a piece of hair. Oh. Don't you hate when you got a piece of hair on your mouth? Like, where did it come from? Go away. Anyway, don't bring anything into your life that doesn't belong, you guys. I hope these messages help you. Do me a favor if you don't mind, my lovely people, like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe. Hype up the video if you can. Leave a comment to help support the channel, or share your opinions, or give advice that you have. Whatever you got, leave it in the comments. Check out my services. I have services that I offer on my website. Check them out if you're interested, you guys. Also, if you want to get a weekly newsletter to let you know forecasts for the week, you can go to my website and scroll to the bottom of the page to submit your email to get correspondence. And then when you get the email, or initially I believe they let you follow a prompt to opt in to receive emails and things like that. So you can see every week what the tarot card, oracle card, possible challenges, potential rewards, a quote, an affirmation for the week, and the overall vibe of what's going on, at least from my perspective. Okay? I feel like I've been pretty on point so far. We started in September at the beginning of the month. So if you want to check that out, just check out my website, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I think we've been doing what's hidden, if I'm not mistaken, but that's what we're going to do today. First, let's get the energy that Spirit suggests you should be in. Maybe you are in this energy. You could already be vibrating however Spirit recommends, but we're going to get that card first and figure out what your energy is. And then we're going to, if I could speak, we're going to go ahead and get into the rest of it. Okay? So let's split it one more time. Guardian angels, archangels, spirit guides, and ancestors of the highest vibration, Father, Mother, God. For the collective, what are the messages, Spirit? I still feel that stupid piece of hair. Hold on. Okay, Spirit, what is the energy that you suggest the collective needs to be in at this time? Oh my goodness, Iolite. This card comes out all the time. Now, let me explain why I feel like this card comes out every time. It's Iolite. It says shift your money mindset. Because we are in chains. And the reason why we're in chains is because of money. Whatever currency that your particular country or place of origin uses, that is what's chaining us. That is what's keeping us on the hamster wheel, on the treadmill of BS. So this card, and you can go back into the history of this channel and even my Pisces channel, and you can see that this card is one of the only cards that come out. There's also sometimes the chance of Angelite coming out. And that one I think is support is all around you. There's a few others that come out regularly, but when I tell you this card comes out all the time, and it's because Spirit is trying to show us the chains that we're in and the bondage that we face due to the way that we glorify, idolize, and prioritize money. Now, you may say, well, I wish I didn't have to make money. I wish I didn't have to pay bills. I wish I didn't have to do all of these things that require money. And I would say I agree. Okay, I don't disagree with you. I wish I didn't have to do those things either. But it's a mindset. And it's about how we as the collective view that particular bondage mechanism. That is the tool that has been created, which has been brought up recently in a few circles, spiritual circles. But that is the tool and the mechanism that was cultivated and created and used to basically keep us in chains when legally we could no longer be kept in chains. And I'm not just talking about minorities. This is what Spirit is trying to get us to see when it comes to the way we look at our lives. We are prioritizing finances and money too much. How do you prioritize money in your life? What do you do that puts money at the forefront before God, before children, before family, right? Because a lot of people like to talk about God, but a lot of people don't really know God, okay? And I'm not a religious person. I tell y'all all the time, I'm not going to thump you over the head with a Bible. I barely know the scriptures. But what I do know is who God is. And I know that God is within me. And whoever other people worship and pray to, I don't know. But I'm talking about the source of all creation. The source of all creation on this earth that has made us to be individual, authentic, creative, beautiful creatures. And that has created the sacred geometry of this world that allows us to see different synchronicities and, you know, amazing events that could only be created by God. That's who God is to me. Okay? God did not make money. So the worship of money or the created ritualistic grooming to worship money is what Spirit wants you to pay attention to. And the idea of money is what Spirit wants you to reframe within your own mind. Now, at the bottom, we have blue lace agate. Find your calm. What is that saying? Find peace, find calm, find tranquility by shifting your mindset around money and the idea of money. Okay? Citrine, bring in the light. And that could mean different things for all of you. That could mean, you know, shifting your perspective on items that you purchase because you reevaluate the reason why you feel like you need to purchase those items. Therefore, thus, it will save you money. Whether that's some of you guys working less hours and spending more time with your family and then budgeting in other places so that you can prioritize the love of people around you. Whatever that is for you, you're going to have to do that. But Spirit wants you to bring in positivity and light and clarity on how you look at money and then evaluate how you can shift or kind of transmute that mindset into something that benefits you. Okay? I can't give you all the answers, even though I want to try. Okay? Iolite, shift your money mindset, says, money might make the world go round, but it shouldn't have you running in circles. It's important to view your cup as half full instead of half empty to maintain a healthy perspective. When you shift your attention from what you don't have to appreciating what you do, you attract more of what you desire into your life. Embrace a feeling of enoughness and know that whether or not you have everything you want, you definitely have everything you need. Bring more awareness to your internal state and challenge yourself to express gratitude for where you are and what you have right now. Instead of chasing money and material items, chase happiness. Okay? Period. Chase happiness and satisfaction with your life as it is currently. You will soon see that your cup runneth over. And the important questions are you a conscious spender? Do you buy what you want or what you need? What would make you content with your financial situation? And the affirmation says, I live in a state of abundance. You might want to write these down. Again, I live in a state of abundance. Today, express appreciation for all that you have. And if you go to the post section, which is kind of like the community tab of this channel, where I post affirmations or other videos from other channels, it's been a little wonky lately. But I've posted the affirmations that I put in the weekly newsletter. I think I missed week 2, but week 1 and week 3 are in that section of the YouTube channel. If you scroll to that tab next to playlists, you'll see posts. And you will see for this week, week 3, the affirmation was, I think, I am grateful for the abundance that's coming into my life or something like that. Because that's the energy that I felt. That's the energy that I was picking up on when I pulled the cards. And right now, it really feels like Spirit wants you to see the value in what you have, because you guys see and you know the way that they are inflating the price of things. You guys witness for yourself the way that the controlling forces are creating this divide within the classes. They want there to be a complete elimination of the middle class, which I feel like is already done, because no matter how much credit or, cards people have or use, the middle class is pretty much done for. Okay. And they want to create this like scarcity mindset, and Spirit is telling you like, hey, pick up on this, pay attention to this. If the value of money can be changed as frivolously and as easily as they're doing it to manipulate you, see what I'm trying not to cuss. See what's going on. That's what Spirit is trying to get you to see. So if you understand that the world that is created by God has an infinite supply of resources, you will always be able to pull the resources that you need from having that mindset and having that perspective. That's why Spirit wants you to change your perspective. Because if you look around you and you say, oh my God, I don't have this and I don't have that, even if it's necessities, y'all, I get it. You may look at me and I don't know how you view me, but I am not an extremely wealthy, monetarily rich person. But I have a great deal of wealth and riches when it comes to the life that I live. I have wonderful friends. I'm stuttering. But I have wonderful friends. I have amazing children. I have family members who support me. Maybe not all of them, but I have some who support me. I have a community around me that's really positive and beautiful. And literally, God put me in this place. I was in another place. He plucked me up and moved me. Okay? And now I'm close to a nice, cute little body of water, a cute little trail neighborhood that I can walk down. Like I can walk maybe 30 feet or 40 feet outside of my house and hit the trail and be in a natural environment that's full of trees and nature. And then I can walk down the trail and go next to the lake. I can fish at the lake if I want to. Like, this summer, I told you guys, I learned how to skate. Like, I used to love skating. I didn't do it for years. I feel crazy because as you get older, you get scarier. But I learned how to skate this summer. Now I have a community of skate friends that I spent the whole summer just, fellowshipping with, hanging out with, chilling with. And it was a good time. And those are all the things plus more that I had to be grateful for. Not to mention just being able to get out the bed, open my eyes. And it was crazy because it's crazy that this card came out. It is no coincidences ever. I do not believe in coincidences. So just put that on the table. It is not a coincidence that just last night before I went to bed, when I was praying, I said, God, thank you for my eyes. I even woke up saying this. I said, thank you for my eyes, God, so I can see. Thank you for my ears, God, so I can hear. Thank you for my mouth, God, so I can taste and enjoy food. Thank you for my hands and my feet so I can walk and move around. Thank you for my hands so I can touch and feel things. Thank you for my brain so that I can think. Like the simplest things in the world that we take for granted, because there are people in this world who create scenarios and situations where we are distracted from those things. And if you're not already in this energy, that's the reason why Spirit wants you to kind of embody this energy, because then it creates opportunities and it creates openings that those people who are controlling this narrative and controlling this, illusion, this matrix or whatever you want to call it, it opens up portals that those people can't control, because those are portals that open from the love that you have for your creator, whoever you pray to, even if it's the universe, spirit, whatever, I don't care. It opens up those portals that those controlling forces cannot control, because it is a direct connection to source. You don't have to talk to the assistant. You don't have to talk to the lady at the front desk. You have a direct line and extension to source. And that's what Spirit is trying to get you to see. Anyway, blue lace agate, find your calm. Just relax. The world is filled with stress and frenetic activity. I don't know what that word means. Frenetic? I don't know. It can be hard to find calm in the storm, but when all else fails, just breathe. Stay aware of the signs of rising stress and anxiety that are unique to you, so you can nip them in the bud. When you are feeling overwhelmed, take a break and breathe. Do whatever your mind and body need in order to restore a sense of calm. Some of y'all might need to take a nap. Breath work and meditation can bring you back to your natural state of well-being. There is power in stillness and quiet. I thought it said take a nap. Tap into that and don't forget to breathe. Okay? So there is power in stillness and quiet. Tap into that and don't forget to breathe. Okay? If y'all get sleepy at your desk at work, tell your manager you need to go to the bathroom, your stomach hurting. Act like you got a boo-boo, okay? Go into the bathroom. You don't even have to sit on the toilet. If you want to lean on the stall, do whatever you need to do. If you want to sit on the toilet, cool, whatever. That's your life. But ask your manager, say, hey, my stomach is hurting real bad. And, act like you got a boo-boo. Go in there, breathe, okay, if it's breathable, and take your time to close your eyes for a second. If you got to set an alarm because I know y'all be working hard. But do whatever it is you need to do. Even if you say, you don't even have to go in the bathroom. You could be like, hey, manager, boss, I'm feeling a little lightheaded. Like, I don't know where this is coming from, but I'm feeling lightheaded. Can I step outside real quick? Because I need to get some fresh air. I feel like I'm about to faint, but I don't think it's that bad. I just think I need to get some fresh air. Something just came over me. Child, say what you need to say. Then go out there and sit on a little break bench. Breathe, close your eyes, and recenter yourself, okay? Core questions. When are you most relaxed? How can you de-escalate feelings of stress and anxiety? What brings you back to calmness, okay? The affirmation says, I show up for life, calm and present. Today, when you feel stress coming on, clench your fist up in a ball. Inhale deeply, and then release both your breath and your fists. Repeat this 3 times. Maybe that's what you can do when you go sit in the bathroom, okay? Now, citrine says bring in the light, okay? So they're telling you the energy that they want you to be in is an energy of peace and calm. Not stressed, not anxious about what? Money. Okay? But no, but what if citrine, bring in the light. Let the sunshine pour in. Some quote unquote spiritual vitamin D will lift your spirits and your sights on life. Let happiness be a choice you make every day. Just like the sun bursts through the fog on a cloudy day, you have the ability to bring light in, even when you might be feeling a little blue. You are in charge of the weather within your inner environment. Embrace what it feels like to feel good and make a conscious effort to stay in the light. Now, the core questions for this card are, what brightens your day? When are you the happiest? How does it make you feel to stand in the sunlight? Feels good to me. The affirmation for this one is, I let the light back in. Today, watch the sun rise or set. Okay. So, citrine, I let the light back in. Okay. Blue lace agate, what was the affirmation? I show up for life, calm and present. And then iolite, what was iolite? Did y'all write them down? You probably telling me what it is. Look at you. Overachiever. Iolite was, I live in a state of abundance. Okay. So I show up for life, calm and present. So first you got to get calm. All right. Then you have to decide to live in a state of abundance, because they said choosing to be happy every day. Let happiness be a choice you make every day. And then finally, citrine, I let the light back in. So if you choose to show up for life, calm and present, and you choose to live in a state of abundance, that will help you with letting the light back into your life. and seeing clearly when things start to get depressing. Because what this seems like is that there's definitely a concerted effort. Spirit is just letting you know, like, hey, bruh, my brother, my sister, my family, my friend, we know that things are getting depressing when it comes to money, when it comes to resources, when it comes to rising costs of living, and the wage gap between earnings and cost of living getting bigger and bigger. We see what's going on. We're giving you the tools and the keys to open up these portals, to unlock these doors, these invisible doors that allow the energy to flow into your life of having what you need. So a lot of you are probably worried about money. We all are. It's not just y'all. I mean, it's the collective. This is why I'm picking it up in the energy. What is the collective's energy, Spirit, at this time? King of Swords. Oh, y'all ain't playing no games. Y'all are like, we must stop this now. Y'all are not playing any games. Page of Swords. Wheel of Fortune. Ooh. Yeah, you guys are in the energy where you're asking questions. You're very curious about what's going on. You're observing what's going on. Extremely observant. And you guys are paying attention to what's going on in the world, questioning what you see around you, questioning your reality, questioning the things that are going on, people's choices that are being made, leadership, politics, just things that are happening, within different dynamics of your life. When you communicate with people, you guys are really paying attention and watching what's happening and unfolding in the world in this particular time that we're in, Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Really, this year has been hard for a lot of you guys. I feel like a lot of you guys have matured from a page to a king, mentally, communicatively, expressively. I want to say emotionally as well, because sometimes the mind is connected to the heart and the heart is connected to the mind. So I feel like a lot of times you guys contemplate things mentally, like in your head. You think about things and you contemplate why things are happening. Because you feel those changes and you can sense those shifts that are going on underneath the surface. With the King of Swords, you may be correlating or connecting what's going on right now in your life to a prior time in your life. So if you are middle-aged or, anywhere from your mid to late 30s to mid 50s, early 60s, a lot of you guys are contemplating the chain of events that you see taking place now as it relates to something that you experienced in your past or in your childhood when you were maybe younger. Some of you guys, this could even be more recent, where you're correlating this time to like a time in 2020 or, something going on in 2013, something random. I don't know what numbers I threw out for what reason, but it feels like you guys are taking events that are happening now and like, okay, because this is happening now. And then I remember when this happened, and it's like you're connecting the dots in the situation. A lot of you guys are prepared, I feel, to take whatever action that you need to take to, I feel, support yourself, support your family. Okay. You are not adverse or against any combativeness that you meet, like any apprehension that you meet from people. You're really focused, I feel like, on finding kind of clever ways to shift the situation. I feel like because when you observe what's going on, you're seeing that something ain't right in the buttermilk. Okay. The math ain't mathing. And I feel like a lot of you guys are working to investigate ways where you can shift your situation so that you won't be in such a financial bind, or so that you can feel more free to do the things that you feel like are your rights, to do the things that you feel like you deserve to do the things that are God-given rights that you should have as a human being, right? I feel like some of you guys are already communicating differently when it comes to the way that you look at your finances, the way that you see money, the way that you experience life. Some of you guys are air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Some of you could be Leo, Aries. Oop, didn't mean to say Aries, but I said it. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, I guess Aries, Leo, Taurus, Aquarius. I already said that. and Scorpio. Strong air sign, Aquarius or Scorpio energy for a lot of you guys. Possibly Gemini, Libra. I said Aries, yeah. But strong Scorpio or Aquarius is possibly activated in your chart. Some of you guys, if you are not an air sign or an Aries, Leo, Taurus, or Scorpio, you could be dealing with one of these signs significantly as it relates to your money. Okay? This could be a father-son, Page of Swords, King of Swords. And the son is watching the father, asking the father questions. Your kid could be asking you a lot of questions about like what's going on in the world right now. And your kid is very curious about that. And you're kind of like hipping them to the T. Okay. What's hidden that the collective needs to be aware of? What's hidden that the collective needs to be aware of? Okay. Netflix and chill, envy, fighting, controversy. One more card. Secretive, yeah. Spotlight, limelight, audience, self-absorbed. The X, unfaithful love triangle, X in question. This person is under a spotlight in the Page of Swords. Like, looks like a street light, spotlight, but that can be considered a spotlight as well. King of Pentacles under that. Netflix and chill says sneaking around, friends with benefits, spending time with someone else. Envy says hater, spiteful, jealousy. Fighting says trust issues, one-sided, detached. Controversy says drama, scandal, truth coming out. Secretive says sneaky, mysterious, hiding information. So there's a scandal that someone is hiding, but there's a fight going on underneath the surface about some type of scandal that's going on. Someone is being very sneaky or mysterious, and whatever this scandal is, if the truth were to come out, it would cause a lot of problems. It would cause a lot of drama. There's a person here who has really bad trust issues, and they could be in a one-sided relationship. One of the partners could be very detached, and there's envy and jealousy. So there's somebody looking like over this person's shoulder. This could be two feminine energies and one masculine. Someone appears to be having an affair or sneaking around, cheating on their partner, doing something that they shouldn't be doing. Possibly with some type of friends with benefits situation. I don't know if this is happening in your life per se, or if this is something happening in the energy of the collective. But it feels like what's hidden is that there's a person who's starting to get jealous, and they're starting fights with someone because of the secrets that are being kept and the scandal that's going on behind the scenes. Someone could be dealing with their ex and be very secretive about it. This could be causing fights in your connection or in your relationship for some of you guys. Because someone is starting to suspect that a person is not being faithful or not respecting, I want to say, the sanctity of a relationship. I don't know if this is marriage or not, but someone is not respecting the sanctity of a relationship. This could be somebody in the spotlight. This could be someone who is possibly a person with clout, has an audience. I don't do celebrity readings. I just read the cards. Okay. There could be a person from your past who is upset that you're getting attention, either professionally or personally. And they're envious. You know what some of you have going on? Some of you have a situation going on where your ex is with someone else. And because they're envious and jealous of you, and more than likely still kind of like energetically focused on you, this could be coming up in the reading because they could see you getting attention, and they could be jealous of whoever is getting your attention now that you're getting attention. So I don't know what's going on in your life. Like, you could have gotten some type of raise or promotion. You could have been elevated in your career. You could have some type of clout or recognition for something that you're doing, even if it's locally. And you could have someone from your past who is, because it's a love triangle, right? You could have someone from your past who is maybe unfaithful to you, or it's like, I feel like because they have a fear of abandonment, there could be like a runner chaser dynamic going on, but I don't want to say runner chaser because it's so cliche. It's more like somebody who has a fear of abandonment and attachment issues, and they haven't dealt with things that happen between them and their mom, and they really don't have any type of emotional availability or maturity. So they constantly like get into situations thinking that it's going to be better just because it's new. And then the same things start to resurface within them. And then they, have a relationship that falls apart. The same thing that probably happened with you and them is what's going on with you and whoever they're dealing with now. But because they don't deal with their issues and they don't have emotional maturity, they continue to like cycle through these different thoughts and emotions, and they think about their ex, right? They more than likely were still dealing with their ex when they were dealing with you. And now, more than likely, if you cut this person off completely and you're their ex and they can't deal with you because you won't let them come back in like the other person did, they're starting fights with whoever they're with because they're truthfully watching you and envious and jealous. Bitch, let me breathe. Ooh, they're envious and jealous of whatever you have going on in your life that they aren't able to have access to. So you're secretly causing arguments in someone else's relationship because they can't get over you, or they can't move on, or they won't deal with their emotional issues. Okay. What else does the collective need to know that could be underneath the surface? Ooh. Not devilish person. Okay. Look, reviewing the past. Emotions in reverse. Somebody who's emotionally immature, or, well, yeah, it's just somebody who's emotionally immature. Either they try to stay detached from their emotions, or they overly express their emotions. It says you may be experiencing a lot of emotions. Depending on surrounding cards, will give you the context of these emotions. Now, the devilish person and the emotions came out in reverse. So someone is trying to block out their emotions or their negative thoughts. Devilish person says someone has intentions that are not in your best interest. Be watchful of who you're around. Look at her eye in the middle. I just put it like that on purpose. The ring says a really good opportunity is coming your way. Also, you may be getting a proposal. This could be marriage or business contractual. Okay. And then you have reviewing the past. You may be reviewing the past at this time, or a past situation may be coming back to the surface for you to deal with at this time. Yeah, so this really feels like memories or someone from your past. Now, this could be spirit explaining to you what was going on in the past with one of your exes. You may have had an ex that was jealous of you because you were having more success than them. If you had a child with this person, or you still deal with this person in any way, shape, or form, something is shifting in this dynamic. Hence the Wheel of Fortune that came out with the Page of Swords and the King of Swords. Yeah, it's like you may have felt that someone had your best interest at heart when it comes to supporting you in your opportunities. But I feel like you're reviewing the past and you're contemplating whether or not someone was actually envious and jealous of you and competing with you within your relationship. I feel like some of you are realizing that, especially if a person is, just because this Iolite card came out with the money, especially if a person is like being funny with money or doing something weird about money, or there was some type of conflict in your relationship when it came to money, I feel like you're starting to figure out that someone was envious or jealous of you because of your success or because of the opportunities that you were being given. And they were secretly jealous. The situation could involve an athlete, okay? Warning. This is a warning. You need to proceed with caution, or a situation could be dangerous. This could just be somebody who works out a lot. This athlete card. Someone who's competitive, though. Yeah, I feel like something's happening in your life where you're getting elevated. Something's happening in your life where you're getting elevated. The Moon, the King of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords. Wheel of Fortune. Ooh, Empress. Yeah. I feel like you're going to find out that somebody was envious or jealous of you. I don't know who this is. This could even be someone who's like a brother or a sister, a sibling. Feels like it could be someone you divorced from your past, someone who you may have children with, someone who is an ex, or someone who possibly has a platonic relationship or connection with you. Oh, excuse me. There's some type of way that you're elevated or you're being elevated. There could be a situation where someone sees you on the news or on TV. I don't know. But it feels like Spotlight and then the Netflix and chill card. So it's like, is somebody hanging out with a person and then they see you on Netflix or they see you on TV? I don't know. Because y'all, I don't know who's watching. So I have to just kind of like position it in metaphoric terms. But it just feels like somebody is going to be witnessing your rise. I heard meteoric rise. Okay, what does the collective need to know when it comes to what's underneath the surface, Spirit? The Star and the Magician. Not them coming out together with the King of Pentacles at the bottom. Gemini energy. Gemini energy. Maybe Virgo as well. Aquarius. Scorpio. I want to say Libra. Taurus. I don't know where I'm getting this from. It's just coming. Wow. The King of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. So the feminine is the Star. Sorry. The masculine is the King of Pentacles. Doesn't have to be the Magician, but I don't know. Listen, you could be the Star as the masculine, but we have a King and a Queen of Swords. We also have the Page of Swords. So it kind of feels like someone's father is upset with their child's mother, or someone's father is jealous or envious of their child because of the child's mother. So you could be this man who's the King of Swords and you're thinking back on your childhood and you may realize that your daddy was a hater, okay, towards your mama. Some of you may have children who are realizing that their dad is a hater towards you and you're the mom. Some of you guys may be a man who have a hater baby mama, hater ex-wife. Fine. Whatever you want to say. I'm just telling you the story. But it feels like this King of Pentacles is comfortable in their position and they don't want their position to change. They've gotten to where they are. They're successful. They have a way of doing things that works for them. And this is not a person who easily conforms to new routines. They're not necessarily stuck in their ways, but they're good at what they do. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's the King of Pentacles. We're going to keep this train rolling. However, it kind of feels like the King of Pentacles is hoping, wishing, praying to be able to have some type of influence, okay, a little manipulatively with this magician, because this magician is one of the most ominous looking magicians in any deck. And it kind of feels like this King of Pentacles is hoping, wishing, praying to have some type of influence over the Star, over this Queen of Swords, over the air sign energy. And it's crazy. I said Gemini. I said Scorpio. I said Libra. And I said Taurus. I don't know if I said Aries, but maybe. But look at this. There's the King of Pentacles. That's Earth energy. That could be a Taurus. Anyway, there are people involved. One more card for what's underneath the surface. Wow, not all major arcana. So there's a tower that's bubbling up underneath the surface. There's a person here, feels like a masculine. I don't know who it is. But this person is hoping to create or manipulate some type of destruction or a tower. Okay. Strength card at the bottom, Fool card. Oh my lord. It's literally only people and major arcanas. King of Swords, Page of Swords, Wheel. Star, Magician, King of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. Tower, Strength, Fool. This is something major that's going on. I don't know if it's going on with the collective because of the people who are in power. I don't know if this is an athlete, a well-known athlete, someone who's in the spotlight, someone who's a performer, someone who may be on Netflix. I don't know who this is, but there's some type of controversy going on. I don't know if it's you. You get what I'm saying? But there's someone who's had the courage here to face a situation head on that could lead to some type of destruction. And they've chosen to be this fool and take this leap of faith. Ooh, I didn't realize that man booty cheeks was out like that. Anyway, that's what's going on. There's somebody who decided to silence the naysaying voices in their head and face a tower head on. Not be afraid of the tower falling. Not be afraid of the change that's coming. Not be afraid of taking a position of power. Not be afraid of stepping into the spotlight or stepping into the crossfire of something. Because they have what they need. They've experienced certain things in their life that has equipped this person with the ability to take these steps right now. This is a major time of needing to have courage because there is a total structure change that's going on. New administration, new structure. Okay, what is this Tower card? So we can cover up this man's cheeks. Oh, it came out. The Strength. Page of Swords, Ten of Pentacles. So there's an observer here. Someone is observing or watching a person have an extreme amount of bravery and courage to pull the trigger on something, start something, do something that no one ever thought they would do. And it's creating a legacy, or it's yielding a lot of monetary gain. I also feel like someone is observing a person here and holding back. It's like they're watching. There are people trying to get into that chest. Yeah, Six of Wands. This could be Leo energy. This could be the season of Leo when we, experienced the Leo energy recently. This could be that there was a lot of courage that people acquired through that energy, through that sign during that season, right? Someone's getting attention for their bravery or their courage, and it's happening suddenly. And it's like everybody's watching this person. Ten of Swords, Six of Swords. This is shocking, but it's not as bad as what it looks. Ten of Swords, it's not as bad as what it looks. The swords aren't actually in his back. It just feels like it is. And so it feels like a betrayal. It feels like lies. It feels like an ambush. Backstabbing. But it's actually not. It's actually some type of victory and success. Attention, a win. Allowing someone to heal or allowing someone to have peace and be able to move forward or move on in a situation peacefully. There's a shocking victory here that allows someone to move on peacefully or move on to a peaceful place. Hold on. Listen to what I'm saying. Hold on. I don't know if someone died. I don't know. That Ten of Swords is like, It's like the Ten of Swords and the Six of Swords. 10 minus 6 is 4. 4 of swords can indicate a death. 10 of swords can indicate a death. Death card could indicate a death. But we don't actually have the 4 of swords or the death card. We only had the 10 of swords, which was the impression of a death. Like it looked like somebody got hash slinging slashed. You know, in the words of SpongeBob, the hash slinging slasher. It looks like somebody got slashed, but they didn't actually get slashed. And then there's some type of win or victory that helps them move on to a peaceful place, which is technically like the 4 of swords. So when somebody says, oh, they moved on to a peaceful place. You know, in Outlander, when Claire used to talk to the people, she used to talk to Mrs. Fitz and what's that girl name? The witch girl. The witch girl. I can't remember her name right now. But the little weird witch girl that ended up being from the future too. And she was trying to figure out if Claire was from the future because she just showed up. And Claire was trying to avoid telling the truth about the fact that she was from the future. So she would say her husband is gone. And the witch girl would be like, gone, so you mean he's dead? And she would be like, rolling her eyes like, yes, he's dead. Or she would be like, he's not alive. Cause she didn't want to say, oh, he hasn't been born yet. I'm from the future. She didn't want to say that. So she would say he's gone and everybody would question, so he's dead. And it's like, when I said that, it was weird because it's like, I said that somebody, it appears to be somebody being backstabbed. It appears to be an ambush. It appears to be a hash slinging slasher. Possibly, but the death card in the 4 of swords is missing. But it just feels like somebody, like a shocking situation happened, which was kind of painful and maybe a little bit scary. But it led to somebody having a victory and being able to move on to a better place. So does it mean that they did? You know, like, I don't know what that means. But it's very strange. There could be a situation where some of you are dealing with things that look bad, but that are actually victories, blessings in disguise. And it's like spirit picking you up and plucking you and putting you somewhere else in order to protect you or keep you safe or guide you down your path in the direction in which you need to go. But there is a strategy here that someone is using. There's a strategy here that someone is using to get out of some type of sticky situation. Someone is being looked at as like victorious, successful, courageous. 6 of Wands, strength card. That Leo energy. Being a winner. Because they have the strength and the courage to do things that other people aren't willing to do. Which is bringing them some type of fame, recognition, clout, being in the spotlight. But remember, there's a magician here. And they're, you know. Okay. Queen of Cups. What's the magician? 5 of Wands. Queen of Cups. 7 of Wands. So the Queen of Cups is feeling this conflict going on. The feminine energy feels this conflict going on. There's a strategy going on here. Somebody is watching and paying attention to what's going on. And there's money involved with the 10 of Pentacles. There are rats in the 10 of Pentacles. Folks are trying to get to the money, take the money, steal the money, you know, to shave a little bit off the top, you know. Queen of Cups, 7 of Wands. The Queen of Cups could be feeling attacked by this magician. What's the 5 of Wands with the magician? Page of Swords. Who is this Page of Swords? Somebody is watching all of this go down because they are the one being a little puppet master. The Wizard of Oz. The man behind the curtain pushing all the buttons. 2 of Swords. You don't see this person. They're watching, maybe on TV. I don't know. This could be a TV show you're watching. I don't know. But it feels like it could be, maybe you're writing a story. Maybe you're a writer. Maybe you're a speaker, King of Swords. Some of you guys could be maybe showrunners. I don't know what you do. But it feels like this is somebody creating a storyline. But I don't know if it's happening in real life or if this is like somebody writing a book or pitching a show. You don't have all the information about someone who's watching this chaos or conflict go down. There could be something that's going down in a family situation or a family dynamic where the patriarch or the matriarch is stepping down or someone's stepping down. This could be happening at your job where the CEO or someone in charge is stepping down. There's a shift of power. But I feel like you guys don't see who's paying attention and you don't see who's like orchestrating this. It's like there's so much pain and heartbreak and just things that are happening that are unexplainable every single day that I feel like people are starting to question, like, who's pulling the strings in a situation. The feminine energy is feeling the conflict. So women could be feeling some type of conflict. But it's also like somebody's making decisions here. Somebody's asking who's making this decision. Who's the one who authorized this decision? It's like somebody's being overthrown. It feels like somebody's being overthrown. Or somebody's trying to overthrow someone else. This is weird. Like something looks picturesque, something looks good, but you can sense that something is not like copacetic underneath the surface. And you're trying to figure out what the cause of the conflict is. I feel in a situation. I feel like there's also somebody who's upset because you have some type of like perfect image. They're upset that you have a perfect image. I feel like somebody wanted to tarnish your image or your reputation so that you would have to leave your position or so that you would have to step down. Now, if this is somebody who you used to be in a relationship with, you have kids with, that goes with the story that I said earlier. What's the star? Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords. That's crazy. 2 of Swords, 7 of Cups. Somebody might be questioning why you walked away from a situation or why you stepped down or why you divorced someone, why you broke up with them. They could be wanting to know like what was really going on. And I feel like it's weird because it's like somebody disagrees with the portrayal of the Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords being the star. Like somebody disagrees with this portrayal. Somebody, because the opposite of a devil is what? An angel. Opposite of a demon is an angel. And then if you think about it, the emotions in reverse is like a lack of emotions or someone who's void of emotions or someone who's overly emotional. But then you have the 7 of Cups with the Queen of Cups. That's 8 cups, which means detaching from emotions. Then we have the card that said detached. I feel like there's someone here who's upset that you were able to detach from them or disconnect from them and have some type of success. And I feel like they're creating situations where there's conflict, so maybe your child can see it. And it's like, okay. Anyway, what's the Queen of Cups with the star? What's the Queen of Cups with the star? That's why Spirit wants you to find your calm. Because normally you are the star, Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords, very intelligent, very emotionally stable, balanced, mature, very predictable when it comes to your responses and your reactions to situations. When you disagree with people, you don't really fight, you don't really argue. But I feel like someone is orchestrating or creating situations where you feel backed into a corner. It's like reactive abuse. And then they're doing it so somebody else can watch it and basically like change their view of you or whatever. Yeah, there's the Eight of Cups. There's the Eight of Cups. There was a situation that was no longer bringing you joy. There was no longer fruit. Something was no longer fruitful. Something was no longer creating harvests or, bringing any joy into your life. You walked away from it. You regret it. You wish you never did it. You detached from it emotionally because it made you very unhappy and depressed. And you left it behind, basically going into the unknown, trusting that God was going to provide for you. And because you walked away, it's like it's like martyrdom or something. I don't know. It's like it put you in this box that someone has been trying to get you out of, but it's like not a bad box. It's like a category. Like you were placed in a category of people who were escaped, abusive situations or something. That's what it feels like. Anyway, this is very crazy. Someone's being very stingy with resources, holding back, trying to keep you in the dark when it comes to resources, information. And you could be feeling confused, really trying to figure out what's going on. But someone is trying to orchestrate this conflict. Why is this happening? Or why is this coming out? Ten of Pentacles. Ooh. The mice getting in the money. Chariot. Something is about to start speeding up. Five of Swords, Ten of Pentacles. Somebody's definitely trying to get someone's money or resources. What's the Ten of Pentacles? For why this is coming out? Hermit. Virgo. Something about Virgo season. There's some type of snake or rat that's been discovered. Somebody could be a snitch. But I feel like whoever was siphoning the money or wherever the money was going or whatever, like skimming off the top was going on, somebody was investigating it. Somebody's under investigation when it comes to where the money is going, where it's being spent. And I feel like there was a snake or some type of sneaky behavior or rat behavior that was discovered. Five of Swords that we just saw. Chariot. Two of Pentacles. Somebody may have tried to run. Somebody may have been in hiding or trying to hide something else that was going on. What's the Hermit with the Ten of Pentacles? The Sun. There's definitely something being illuminated about a family dynamic or finances that have been hidden, or somebody who's been skimming money off the top. There's a situation here that's being investigated. There's the Wheel of Fortune on the Sun card. The time has come where this secret must be revealed. Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Cups. Hold on. Somebody could have faked their death. Or faked someone else's death. I don't know. The Five of Swords came out with the Ten of Pentacles and the Chariot. What was with the Hermit? What was the card with the Hermit, child? I done forgot. Two of Pentacles. And what else? It was the Two of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. No, it wasn't. Child, it don't even matter. I think it was the Eight of Cups. No, that's the Eight of Cups. Anyway, whatever. It just looks like somebody now. The Ace of Pentacles is like, there's an opportunity happening because of the Sun, Leo energy, something that happened in Leo energy. I feel like Leo season destroyed something that somebody was trying to build because it wasn't built on a strong foundation. I also feel like somebody was hoping to manipulate a situation to cause destruction, possibly for you. But it ended up causing destruction for them, or it ended up backfiring. It's like something happened the opposite way than what it was supposed to. But this is coming out in the cards because something's been illuminated or identified about these finances, this money. The snake has been found. Okay. What's this secretive and reviewing the past? The Death card. There go the Death card. Yes. Oh my goodness. Somebody's day-to-day routine may have changed. Also, this could be a death of a family member. The passing of a family member. There's an opportunity coming for you that you're about to find out about. And you may have to go into the unknown, or you may have to investigate something or look into something. It feels like there's an opportunity coming to you because you're not like attached to a person or attached to a situation. I don't know. It's very strange. It feels like whatever this opportunity is has to do with what you experienced in the past. Someone may want to interview you about something from the past. I kept bringing up how you were thinking about the past. So I feel like someone is asking you questions about what you know when it comes to things that have happened over time or in the past, or this could be an investigator or something. Yeah, Two of Cups, Queen of Wands. I feel like you're going to communicate confidently about whatever this is. What's one more card for the King of Swords? Six of Swords. Somebody's coming towards you with a strategy. Possibly that could earn you money. King of Cups, Knight of Cups. They're going to offer you a strategy. Y'all, there's going to be some type of communication about this. I feel like someone caused you pain and caused this person pain, and you know something about it. What's this ring? What's the ring? Empress. Page of Wands. Five of Pentacles. Judgment. Lovers. And the Four Wands. What is going on? Somebody's marriage or relationship or a business proposal, in a way, is like a spiritual confirmation of some type of conflict that's been going on or manipulation behind the scenes. I don't know. Lovers in the Four Wands is like, it could be a loving relationship between two people who are married or living together or in a relationship. Or it could be somebody who's having an affair. I don't know. Somebody's having to make a choice. They're having to make a choice about what they're going to do. Judgment is being called on a relationship, a marriage, or a connection, some type of partnership. Maybe even a cycle. There's a ring. She's holding the ring, the feminine energy. And whatever this relationship is or whatever this goal is that you're accomplishing or that someone is accomplishing is like a confirmation that some type of conflict has been going on behind the scenes. And the Empress is involved. Who? I feel like somebody's being crowned the Empress or something. It's very strange. It feels like someone's being announced as the Empress or a queen. It's very strange. It's like somebody's realizing who the Empress is, or somebody's realizing what was done to the Empress possibly. What's this devilish person in reverse? King of Wands, Three of Cups. There was some type of secretive connection to like somebody's passing. It's weird. I don't know what this is. It's either someone who wanted to destroy a person's career, someone who really wanted to like take somebody out, hashling and slasher vibes, or someone who wanted to destroy a person because they broke up with them and or divorced them and they were categorized as like escaping abuse or, you know, getting away from a horrible situation. It's weird. I feel like this could be even like this could be even someone wanting to like heal an organization with the Hierophant. What's this? What's this Hierophant? Page of Wands. Someone has been telling a consistent story or sending a consistent message. Like the message has not changed, the story has not changed. It's been the same ever since this person started talking or speaking. Somebody else's story keeps changing. The World and the Six of Pentacles. I feel like something ended. You walked away from something or left behind someone who didn't want you to leave them behind, and the cycle was over. And you were confirmed to receive something that was supposed to be like consistent. There's a child here that's watching this manipulation. It kind of feels like, what's the outcome of this for the collective? What is the outcome for the collective? Temperance. Yeah, something is going to mix together or blend together for you guys. 6 of Cups. Ooh. And the 9 of Swords. I feel like you guys are trying to balance out like the fears and anxieties that you feel from the past. 7 of Swords, 10 of Wands, 6 of Cups. Yeah. You're trying to block out the pain that you've experienced in a situation from your past. Or you have a situation where, like, because you have children with someone and they may not be supporting the children, you're burdened, feeling stressed, trying to stay peaceful. So what I feel like is going on, I'm going to be honest with you. There's definitely a family dynamics that's changing because there are some type of secrets or controversy that's coming to the surface, or drama or scandal that's been going on behind the scenes that's coming out. This is going to end up changing a family dynamic or changing your life day to day. I feel like you could receive a call, or there could be some type of message that you receive that a decision has been made regarding a home situation, relationship situation, that's going on with this Empress energy. There's a masculine here who wants to be celebrated as a good person. Like, they want to be viewed as a good person. But I think they're a bad person, because for that devilish person card to come out in reverse, it's like somebody trying to change their persona from looking devilish and evil to actually being treated as somebody who's good. And this is all happening because something is revealed, or something was revealed in Leo season through an investigation about finances, resources, money, someone's family. But it's like their desire here for that someone had was to manipulate a situation to cause destruction. But there was an overcoming of this conflict, because we kind of went backwards to go forwards. So there could be a situation that had to go backwards to go forwards. You could be featured in a story on Netflix about this. I don't know what this is. But 3 of Wands and the Knight of Wands. I feel like a lot of you guys are burdened by the past, or you're burdened by children, or you're burdened by the responsibility that you have because it feels like someone did something sneaky to, I don't know, to avoid some type of conflict. I feel like there's a person here who, I don't know. They could have used someone's death as an excuse to do something. What is this controversy? I'm going to let it go. What's this controversy? The Emperor. Oh my God. The Ace of Cups. Knight of Pentacles. So the controversy is about someone's feelings. Who someone really loves. Who they care about. Where someone's putting their energy. I feel like there's a person here who doesn't want the truth to come out about what they did. And I feel like this is about the past. that's burdening someone. It's like somebody's past actions weighs heavily on them. And I don't know who it is, but someone's past actions weigh heavily on them. They're burdened by what they did. This could be a story that comes out about something, some old scandal or controversy. I don't know. This could just be a confirmation to proceed with caution, though. You did get the warning card. It's like, this could be a story that you're watching on TV, on Netflix, on some type of streaming platform that is synchronistic to your personal situation. And it's like, okay, everybody knows the Selena story, right? That is a pivotal moment in pop culture where you got to be careful about dealing with fans because people crazy. You get what I'm saying? That was a pivotal moment in pop culture. And that taught a lot of people, especially who were wanting to be in the spotlight or who have some type of influence platform, that you have to be careful who you trust. We had the Star and the Six of Wands. We also saw the World. Somebody could be being discovered. You could be being discovered, whatever it is that you do. But that story taught us something really important about trusting fans, trusting strangers, you know, things like that could backfire. There could be like some type of story on Netflix or on TV that mirrors a situation happening in your life where someone could be doing something nefarious that may be dangerous to you because they want to look like someone in the community who can be trusted. But really, you're the one in the community who can be trusted, right? And it's like, there's something about people dying, not dying, faking death, trying to use someone's death to their advantage, possibly trying to hashling and slash someone. You know, there's a lot going on, and I feel like it's all surrounding this money. I feel like it's all about money because the Ten of Pentacles. And I think what Spirit is trying to tell you guys is it's a slippery slope. And I think there's going to be something that you discover or find out, or something that you see that lets you know kind of that you need to jump off the bandwagon or get off the hamster wheel when it comes to how you look at money. Aries, Taurus with the Emperor. Okay, Libra, Virgo, Taurus with the Empress, Scorpio with the Judgment, Death card with the Judgment, Strength is Leo, Tower is Scorpio, Temperance is Sagittarius, Magician, Gemini, Aries, Scorpio, Libra, Taurus. That's what I said earlier. Virgo with the Hermit, Leo with the Sun, Taurus or Libra with the Hierophant, Star card is Aquarius. Anything else the collective needs to know? Relaxing. Anything else the collective needs to know? Clarify this. Pheromones. One more card. Anything else the collective needs to know? Oh, wow. Shedding. In reverse. Getting rid of the old, embracing the new, coming into your power. I'm telling you. Go look at that post. The affirmation for the week. I'm telling you. It literally says, if you've grown out of it, let it go. I hope this affirmation helps. Getting rid of the old, embracing the new, coming into your power. Someone's watching a manipulator or a magician work. Whoever this magician is, they're not really good at what they do. I don't know. They think they're good at what they do. They're kind of, you know, mid. Anyway, I feel like you guys are relieving stress. You could be using eucalyptus or essential oils, those little essential oil things, diffusers that, you know, create a nice aroma. Some of you guys are very attractive right now when it comes to attracting things into your life because you're getting rid of things that no longer serve you, and you're embracing not only new things coming into your life, but like new ways of thinking, new ways of being. You're embracing these new ideas with this Tower card and the Fool card. Like taking that leap of faith, having the courage and the bravery to embrace a new way of thinking or a new way of living, so that you don't get stuck in these old outdated cycles and paradigms that no longer serve the collective. You're feeling the shift. You're allowing the shift to take place. You're paying attention to it. And even though it's difficult, you're moving towards a different mindset, you know? And I think a lot of you guys, what Spirit is trying to tell you, if you haven't yet understood this about money, is that the more you stress about it, the worse it's going to be. Just chill the fuck out. Because at the end of the day, I know God is going to protect me. And it's really messed up the way that they manipulate so many of us. And the way that these, I don't even know if they're demons. Because to be honest with you, I can't say that they're demons. I feel like they're beings of another origin that like to torture humans. Because these people who are controlling everything and making these rules cannot be human. They cannot be human. I refuse to believe that. I refuse that they have a soul of a human being. Okay? It's just a bunch of BS going on. And all of these entities are running wild. And the more, I feel like a lot of you guys are relaxing because you're catching the wave of this energy. And it's helping you, look, stability, period. Needing a commitment, creating a safe space, focus on home and family. It's helping you to create this stability. Wow, we have makeup. Interesting. I feel like a lot of you either have, will have, or are about to have some type of stability come into your life because you're relaxing and you're not stressed about all of this crazy stuff that's going on. And you're allowing things that are meant to leave your life to leave your life. You're not putting pressure and force, trying to force things. In the past, you forced things. And now, even though it's kind of scary, you're working to get out of that mindset. Because when you try to force things, you get in the hamster wheel, you get on the treadmill, and then you can't get off. You have to follow the news cycle, which is constantly changing, and then you lose your mind, and, you know, all of this crazy stuff happens. And it's just like, no. And I feel like that paradigm, oh my goodness, the Nine of Swords just fell on the floor. So you're not as fearful as maybe you were at some other point in the past. I feel like that's going away. Ace of Wands, Six of Pentacles. There could be someone who's motivated by fear to pay what they owe. Or that's what could be going on. Like they're doing all these things. They're trying to motivate people through fear. They're trying to get people to be in that Ace of Wands energy, that Mars energy, through fear of not being able to pay their debt, not being able to have enough money, so that people go out here and start doing crazy stuff. I told y'all, and I'm gonna keep telling y'all, they want us to be in a state of martial law. They want martial law to be able to be enacted. They want to be able to come out and have an excuse to, you know, hashling slash all of us in the street for no reason. And that's the way to do it. If you spur enough people, Ace of Wands, into action and into that Mars combative energy, Magician, Five of Wands, Page of Swords, watching the people fight. If you spur enough people into that energy and turn them against each other with the Nine of Swords, which is fear, and the Six of Pentacles about money, having enough resources, you can get people to start acting crazy out here. But there's going to be somebody who rises up as a leader, who has the courage and the bravery to overthrow whoever these beings are that want to torture us all. And it's going to be the ones of us who have created stability and found that truth and shifted our mindset about money so that we're able to relax and think and focus and attract what we need to attract in our life to help get rid of this old energy. But they're going to keep trying to come back with this makeup card. They're going to keep trying to come back. And confuse us about our choice, to not know what choice to make. Because it's like they want us to be so stricken with this fear or with this delusion or illusion of like danger that we don't know what choice to make, or that we believe in some type of illusion that's being presented to us. Ooh, excuse me. King of Cups, Death, Devil. Yeah, they want us to be so overwhelmed with this choice and so overwhelmed with the illusion and the matrix and the confusion and things that aren't there, things that aren't really happening. King of Cups is on top of the water, but he's not getting swallowed up. They want us to all get swallowed up into the depths of hell to get back into this evil contract so that they can continue to work this magic. And that's what's going to happen if people continue to fight about stupid. Okay. High Priestess, Page of Cups, Chariot. So your intuition is telling you how to get out of this situation or a creative way to move forward. It's like the child in you. When people say it's the God in me, it's the child in you. The children are moving forward from this. The little young ones who are growing up watching this conflict. And it's some of the grown folks, you know. It's some of the grown folks too. Eight of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. It's something that you're working on is predicting this. Maybe you wrote a book. Or people are becoming attracted to your work because you foretold whatever this is. And, you know, it was unbelievable at the time. But now that things have progressed, it's starting to become more believable and realistic. And I feel like people are coming towards you for that ability and to basically observe your work. Somebody may want to know, like, hey, you saw this coming. What's the plan? You get what I'm saying? What is the plan? And I'm not saying that this is happening right now. I feel like I'm projecting into the future. But what I am saying is that's why Spirit wants you to shift your money mindset and focus on the things that you feel like are important, which is your legacy, your family, your children, the things that you have to be grateful for, the community that you cultivate and create in your life, the things that you feel like you are inspired to do creatively that you may be afraid to do because you're not sure if you're going to make enough money. Whatever it is that you have to do to get your mind right, that's why Spirit is saying that, because there's a story that you have to tell. There's a story that you have to tell that's going to help prevent people from falling into the depths and the abyss of hell, back in the grips of this system that wants to keep us all in bondage and in chains. What's the advice? What is the advice? Yeah, it's about illusions of the past. It's about all of the illusions that we've been fed. It's about people who come in looking like saviors, but they're really evil. And they don't have any attachment to our human race emotionally because they're not human. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. They ain't human. They something else. What else? All these people. They try to make it say, oh, we like you. You're not like us. They not like us. Kendrick said it. Nah. Okay. What's the advice? What's the advice? Thank you, Spirit. You're ready. You're ready. Just go. Just do it. Ask your angels and remain positive. I said what I said. Book your readings. Like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe. Get in the comments. Hype up the video, you guys. Donate if you can. If you found value in this reading, Venmo, PayPal, Zelle, it is extremely helpful. I really appreciate all of you guys, and I'll see you next time. All right? Enjoy your day. Bye.